Hey guys, I wanted to talk about using a flip phone in 2018. So this is something I started doing about 80 days ago. I started a 60-day challenge. And so as you can tell, it didn't kill me, I guess, and I'm really considering it being a long-term solution forever. Obviously, I've already gone 20 days past my challenge, and the phone's hanging in there, and I'm starting to like it. So one thing that helps a lot is the phone is a lot better than I expected in terms of features. So this is a Verizon phone I'm using. It's called an LG Exalt LTE, and I think it was released last July or something. But it has LTE. Obviously, it does mobile hotspots, which is great, kind of a saving grace, I think, because it gives you some peace of mind if you're traveling and need internet on any device. And so it'll do internet. It has tabs, which is funny. You can scroll through tabs, which is hilarious. You can watch YouTube videos, which is funny. It'll even go to Instagram. It does my work email. It does group text messaging. I can receive GIFs. I can't send them. I can send and receive emojis, but the send, your emoji options are limited. Um, if someone texts you a link of something, you can open it easily. And so it's got, I would call it highly functional. It kind of do all the main things, but kind of a key factor is, sure, I could go to Instagram or something and search the web, or like I said, I can watch YouTube, but it does everything worse, and I mean that as a compliment, because it's kind of a pain, and it's just good enough to be useful, but it's bad enough where you don't want to do it all the time, which is kind of great and kind of the point. And so I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually doing a two device structure, is what I call it. So I kept my iPhone that I used to have, and it's just a deactivated iPhone now. And I use that still because I manage Instagram account for our company, SR Fitbands. I don't know if you can see them back there, but so because of that, I really need a device, and so I keep that. Usually, it's at my desk 90% of the time, and it's not with me. The way you could screw this up is if you had a two device, you had a flip phone, and you just kept them, you just had them both all the time. That would be really lame, and so and a waste. But I keep the iPhone usually at my desk or somewhere. Sometimes I'll put it in a drawer. The only time it leaves the house is when I go to the gym, and I'll take it and do my Pandora on it. And we have a fitness brand, and so I sometimes take pictures or videos of exercises, and so it's nice to have the iPhone there for that. And actually, when I do that, I keep my flip phone in the car, so I can't get calls or text messages or emails, which is kind of great for not being distracted. And so that's kind of the system I'm doing. And another version of it I thought about, if you were really keen on keeping your iPhone for whatever reason, was have this be my daily iPhone in this case, and then I would buy an iPod, which I don't know if you've seen them lately. They look just like iPhones. They just don't have the cell chip or whatever. And then you could move all your distracting apps onto your iPod, and then that'd be your thing you keep somewhere at a desk or something away from you, and then this be your pure device that can go out to dinner with you and not be distracted. And I considered doing that, but I really I wanted to go all in and just try the flip phone, and so that's why I did that. But I think the iPhone iPod combination could be really good if you want to do that, and you can get used iPods for $80, and then kind of have all the features you want, but get all the distracting things off your daily phone. The only thing, I guess the caveat is you'd have to have probably a little bit more discipline, because you'd have to keep all the apps, Facebook app, Instagram, YouTube, off of your daily phone. And so I was thinking about what's the big qualifier for whether someone should try a flip phone or not, or maybe if it's just totally not for them, because it's got to not be for somebody, right? And I think it's probably traveling slash who you're around. So if you're around the people that you love a lot routinely, then I think a flip phone is a good choice, because you're going to be more present around you, but less capable with anyone that's not around you. And so that's my situation right now, where I'm with my family a lot, and I really enjoy that. And so a flip phone's great because when we go to dinner, there's not going to be any quick Instagram checks or anything like that. Um, and so I really enjoy that. If you traveled a lot, like I worked with some guys who traveled 10 days in a row and then were home for a couple days and then another 10 days, I think you should probably stick with a smartphone, to be honest, because the GPS is better and it's going to be easier to FaceTime or send videos or receive videos from your family. And so that's kind of what I think. Uh, One note, I know there's a lot of sixth graders and eighth graders and everything with iPhones. Having this did teach me a valuable lesson that even if an adult needs a smartphone for whatever reason, like I can't really envision a reason that a kid needs a smartphone. So because they could have email, they could group text, everything. Maybe I'm wrong. That happens a lot, but that's kind of my thought on that. I should mention GPS on this. It does do location services, and you can go to Google Maps via the URL, the website, and you can do it. And you can search for restaurants and stuff. It's just not very good. So what I mean by that is it'll show you a map. Like here's your dot, here's where you're going. You see a blue line, but it won't do turn by turn directions. And then if you look at the list of turns, it'll just give you the 4 first turns, and it won't tell you the rest, and you can't scroll down. So I don't know what that's about. It's kind of funny, but it is a problem. Uh, However, a deactivated iPhone will do GPS weirdly. So on my iPhone, if I'm on my Wi-Fi, I can look up somewhere, click go, and then leave and be fine. But on my way back, if I don't have internet, I can't search for a location. So just something interesting. If I really wanted to, I could hotspot this to my iPhone and have GPS on the way back too. I haven't had to do it, but you could. So that's all my notes on it right now. If you have any questions, message me because yeah, I've been living with it for a while, so I kind of know how it works. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to have a close-up video shot on the phone, and I'm going to go through some of the features on the phone and what it really looks like. So if you're interested in maybe looking at a flip phone, you can watch that. If you're not, I wouldn't watch it. It'll just be boring because it won't affect you. But if you're interested, you can really see how the mechanics of it and how it really works. Well, all right, guys. Well, thanks and have a good day. We have the camera over here. That's just a little speakerphone. No camera on the front, which is a little disturbing because I'm pretty sure a camera was on the front of a flip phone I had, 15 years ago or something. I don't know. There's this little LED light, which is actually kind of neat because if it's sitting on a table like that, that little light will blink when you have a notification message, whatever, to check. And so it's kind of neat because you can just walk by it and see if you need to grab it or not, which even an iPhone doesn't have, right? You got to press the little home button to see. All right. So if we open it up, nothing super special here. The only thing is this is a audio command button right here. So if you wanted to click it and call whoever, you can do that, and it works pretty well. Honestly, it seems to work as good as Siri at calling people. It doesn't do all the other cool stuff. All right, so I would think this is an LTE phone. I would think the thing you're most curious about is probably the internet. So we can go there first. And so we have this tabs button right here. We have all these tabs, which is kind of wild to think about. And yeah, I don't know, just something about a flip phone having tabs is funny to me. So 2020 Bronco, I'm going to buy one. So I like to look up things. So you kind of see it looks pretty normal here. There is something weird where if you click on a news article, it'll pop open, but it'll only let me go down this far. It's something with Google. But if you click this and go to the actual article, then you can scroll all the way down to your heart's desire. So this is Amazon. Everything here looks pretty normal.
It's my wife's book, and Google Calendar. So I use Google Calendar a lot to keep up. Me and my wife both post into it, and so I'll go there and check that every day. Google Maps. So that's my actual location right there, which is pretty wild that it knows that. And so Google Maps works kind of, and I'll show you what I mean. So let's say you want to look up a Taco Bell because we're hungry. So it works pretty well. Here's all the local Taco Bells. And so it's really good at this part of it. And if you want to see the list, you can go here to the list and see all the options there. Go back to map. And let's just say I wanted to go to this one. Check my reviews. 198 reviews. That's impressive. So make my starting location. And so here you can see I've got a rough map of where to go, which is good. And I know the distance and all this stuff. But it's not going to do turn-by-turn directions. This is about as far as we get. If we go down here to route info, it's going to give you the first few turns, but kind of like how that one article wouldn't scroll down, it won't scroll down anymore. So the clear button is back, so I hit back. So useful, but not useful. So I don't know, what to say about that. It is what it is. If you want turn-by-turn directions, this is not going to do it for you unless you do VZ Navigator, which I don't plan on doing because it's $8 a month or something. So I'm not interested in that. If I go to my bookmarks, I can show you something that's kind of funny. YouTube works. And so, this is funny. So we click a video. You can see it works kind of like normal. It's just on a smaller screen. So, pretty funny. All right, so I think we covered the internets. So I'll go over here. My up button is my work email. And you can go here and check all your work email, SR Fit bands. That's my main day job if you're ever wondering. And everything works pretty normally, I guess. I'll just open this email and see what it looks like. Blah, 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 blah. And you can respond, reply, type in, whatever. Great. They're going to be wondering, why did you send that to me? All right. So that's email. Email works. That's funny. My shortcut menu, I've got the hotspot on here, which is a really great feature that kind of gives me some peace of mind that, if I'm somewhere and have a laptop or whatever, I can tether or do the hotspot. And Bluetooth, it connects to my Beats headphones. Go to text messaging. It does do group text messaging. I don't know what my wife sent me. Here's what I really wanted to look at was the GIF. So you do get GIFs, which is hilarious. And then which is also kind of convenient, which is a little thing, but it's kind of nice. If someone sends you a link to a YouTube video or Instagram or whatever, you can just scroll to it like this and click on it, and it'll open up. Waiting. Oh, there we go. And so you can come down here and videos and everything work. This little thing's my way. I've never logged in on here, so I don't know anything about what that is like. All right, I think I covered all the basics. If you have any questions, let me know.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something, and hopefully I can either persuade you into using a flip phone, or I hope to answer your question and saved you a lot of hassle of trying it out and wasting some money or some time or something. So if it's not for you, there's still a couple things that I like to do to reduce my smartphone usage. One is I started wearing a watch. I didn't like watches for a really long time, but I noticed that one of my touch points was checking my phone for time. You do that 8 times a day, and then you might have a notification that you got to look at or take away some of your focus. And so, watches was something I did, and we bought a couple clocks for around the house as well. I started leaving my phone not at my bedside, and I left it at my work desk and charge it in, plug it, charging, and that helped a lot too, because it's not the last thing I see at night and not the first thing I see in the morning. I still even do that with just a flip phone, and so that's something you could try. Dinner-free phones, phone-free dinners is something we did, and then I later expanded that to phone-free playtime with the kids for an hour or something. Whenever I would just make sure I left the phone somewhere else. So there's definitely some things you can do to help, just not be on your smartphone as much and focus more on your family than on someone else's kids or someone else's vacation or whatever the heck is on these little rectangles. So, all right, guys, talk to you later. Bye.